Hello and welcome back to ESA Cup Season 7. Today we're going to be watching the semi-finals between MDF and F7. I'm joined by Mighty.
Good evening, ESA fans and fams. How are you doing tonight? I'm pretty much hyped for this map and this match. I think this could be a complete banger, and I'm pretty much happy about being joined here by Naj. I think it's could be a very rough compilation here with us together, but I think it will go pretty well.
Well, either way, we got a lot to really unpack here between these two teams. Obviously, two German rosters, as I've been so frequently told by our very German production team. Uh, and we're we're going to be looking at sort of like the way they're going to be able to actually get through this game against each other. So we'll run through a few things very quickly. I'm not sure if we have a social vote, but I do know it. So here's our bracket. Obviously, we have Entropy versus Mafia Squad, but that will be played tomorrow. I think. Yes, tomorrow. That'll
The
be
match
played
is tomorrow,
tomorrow.
yes.
And yeah, we got MDF versus Flawless 7 today. The social vote between these two teams is 55 to 45 ish, pretty much. It's like a 1% off that, but still. And that is in favor of Flawless 7, by the way. I thought I'd probably clarify that before I just kind of move on saying it's 55-45. Yeah, we'll move on to the staff predictions now, and you'll get to see sort of what fence we all lie on, and whether some of us are on that fence to die or not. And it does actually look relatively 50-50.
It does, it does. With even, I think, MDF with one vote in the lead here by Freddy. But we really have to say, MDF and F7 are both teams that we have seen so many times in the past days and the past weeks. And both of the teams, we don't have to complain of any of it. They know how to play Siege. They know how to play Siege together as an also an individual style. So this will be a match with high value, even though for every single member playing. And it won't be any type of, okay, we will give you room, just play. It will be a hard fight for every single square inch of the maps, and so on. We see in the prediction they're very close to even T. So
Yeah,
I'm pretty much upright to say this could potentially be a three mapper, but it could also be a two mapper if we see one team starting very directly into the full force section, because that is also the main path of those two teams, I think, today. The team that
yeah.
begins the hardest and comes in the fastest in the game could take a big advantage out of that.
Well, speaking of maps, let's quickly run over and have a look at these map bands. We'll see sort of where we're at. And, well, first map's going to be Clubhouse. What do you think?
Clubhouse a map, a very yeah, it's a standard map. We know the map. The map has been here since the beginning of Siege. A map there are playable like with standards, not much to do in very particular styles. So a lot of potential way of playing vertical from up to down now in the attacks because you can't throw grenades anymore. But in the matter of fact, we still have the utility to play downwards and attack, especially for the ground floor with armory and church. We will have a very hard to take with that. I think we will see a lot of ram plays, a lot of buck plays, potentially also with a sledge if the other operators will get banned. So I think we will see a lot of vertical play, but a very hard pressure on game on that map.
Yeah. Well, for Clubhouse in particular, I have a relatively hot take that I like to throw out there often just to see if I can reel in any opinions that are kind of hateful. But Clubhouse is, I would argue, the only map in the meta, in like the map pool, that has literally been played that many times that one of the sites isn't worth playing.
Yeah.
And then the only other site or the only other map that's getting even remotely that sort of treatment as of recently is Cafe with Top Floor.
That's true.
And
That's true.
so we're looking at like these sort of renaissances with these two maps in particular, and I'm very interested on how they actually decide to play it based around that. And I think that if we go into like Clubhouse and we see like an Azami ban, maybe a Fenrir ban, that sort of thing, Monty ban, I feel like the CC sort of site isn't really worth it for either side at that point, and I want to see if they do actually decide to take us to there or not. So
In the same matter of fact, it is very interesting that you call this, because in the past weeks in various leagues we have been seeing that also on console teams are beginning to pick the spot in bar very much more often, and that's also a point on Clubhouse that I am very much generous to see if we will see that spot today. I pretty much doubt it when I'm seeing those two teams, because I haven't seen those two teams play this spot before. But it is a potential taking when you say another bomb spot is not the way to go potentially.
well, it's just very, very difficult to be able to sit there and play that site over and over again, especially when you know that it's borderline a brick wall. It's like you get one wall open and take rafters, and you've basically won the game, because it's like they have to cross through like 4 sight lines, and that's breach, highway, rafters, and also like anywhere else you decide to have a person. Like if you open the console as well and you're applying pressure to cash, like the only place they can physically come from is red safely. So it's such a good position. But rather than bore the viewers by us just kind of waffling around like what's going on and what we're expecting, we are going to cut to a small break, and we will be back with the start of map number 1. See you there.
Listen. Ready? Yeah. All right, teams, we are ready for the first map. We are hyped for Clubhouse, the map that is pretty much good and well played by F7. So here we go into the bands. We are pretty much highly confident on which bands we're going to see. Naj, what band do you predict for the first attack?
First attack's a little bit more of a wild card, but like there's always like a general 3 that you see, which is like Ying, Hibana, Ram for this map, and I think more than likely we'll probably see a Ying. I think, yeah, there it is. We see the Ying specifically because it's like we know these teams are going to be very, very like confident against each other, and they want to try and mitigate that. The second one's Monty for the simple reason the Rafters push. The Rafters push is, if you just bring a Monty, you take Rafters, you win Rafters. Rafters is yours. You don't even have to put someone behind them. It's very easy to go through and do that as a default thing. On the defense, it's a little harder. I think we'll probably see Solace and Fenrir, but Fenrir could also be interchanged for things like Azami and stuff like that, and same with Solace. So it's like it's all really about the big 5, which is like your Valka, Zami, Fenrir, Solace, and there's one more that I'm forgetting. That Maestro. I don't know. I'm just gonna say Maestro for now. But I think Tubby's in there now as well. But yeah, so it generally follows those lines, and well, there are bans for the game. We're gonna be seeing how they can actually continue forward even without those operators, and potentially even take us to that CC cash site at some point during this game.
Yep. But as the first round is hitting up, we are going to Church and Arsenal. And as you guys can see, we have F7 in the defense, and we have MDF in the attacking side. I would pretty much say for Clubhouse, it is a potential even map from both sides, even though I see the defense a little bit stronger from the beginner side, from the starting side. But this match could go either way, because those two teams, both German, every single person of those two rosters know each other in and out as an individual and also in a stack. So this could be a 4-2 turn, it could be a 3-3 turn, even though we have a highly more generous easy startup side with the defense or the attack. Because those teams just know how every single player is thinking and just playing.
It's crazy how what's the word I'm looking for? It's crazy how standard the operator lineups are for both of the teams. Like, you've got the Mirror, you've got the Goyo, you've got the Wamai, you've got the Cade, you've got the Malusi. They're all just hand in hand, generally good operators that you'll probably see any team bring as a default. And then it's the exact same on the attacking side too. We do see a bit of a spawn beat come out onto the ace, but I'm not too sure where that was.
He was in barrels. That was Mati in barrels. Then also their Mace gets picked out of the game.
Bomb located by attacker.
We're just seeing a bit of cheeky contention going on from these players in particular. They're just throwing themselves out there and seeing if they can try and find any of these kills, and well, MDF seem to be struggling with it at the moment, as it is effectively health-wise going to be a 3 versus 5, but health doesn't mean everything when the game is a one-shot headshot.
Alex, next one's been taken up by Hachi, so now we have a 2-man advantage for F7 here in the beginning round.
Yeah, definitely so. Almost 3 at this point, as Just is going to be making his way down those blue stairs, seeing if he can get something done, but he gets found by the man behind the generator, and Variok's going to be sitting on these main stairs as Aina has made his way in through the main door.
Hachi is on call, he is on ping. We know by Verox that he's noted that Hachi is in toilets. Now Hachi swings him, Hachi is down, and Hachi is killed here. But also on the damage taken by Verox. So now we have Ani and Verox both on a very, very small amount of health here against potentially seeing full health operators by F7. This could be a hard round to bargain, I could say.
I got very scared when he walked past the hatch there, because I thought if he touches his toes on that hatch, he's dead. Now we're going to be seeing... They're opening up the ceiling above the bottom of the main stairs in order to, you know, mitigate that pressure that could be applied as they walk through towards the double door. Well, there's only so much you can do, but... There it is. Kill is found. Impact comes out onto the corridor, and that's going to be a double for them. Very easy, very quick, very dominant from the side of F7.
Very dominant, but as the same matter of fact, we will have to say, just after looking into the notes that we have from both teams, we just also saw MDF got really just hardened down to 2 operators with very little health left and restraining. But they just kept on their playstyle. They kept being aggressive. They were doing their potentially hard peaks from above downwards. Just the way that we have known those teams. They're confident about their skills, even though they only have 5 HP left. They always try to put in themselves in the heads and the mindset. We could potentially win this round. It is winnable, even though we have 1 or 5 HP. In this matter of fact, it didn't work, but it is the right mindset to have.
So we are going to be seeing them go to this gym bedroom site this time and set themselves up over there in order to, you know, see if they can string together a couple more of these rounds in order to, you know, get themselves a bit more of an advantage coming into the attacking half that they are inevitably going to have to face.
Attackers must locate and defuse the bomb.
You definitely have to put more energy into this. Now we have just spawning in the west end of the holes. Any at the rappel onto construction. Far angle. Makes it down in stock. Potentially wait for a stock push. This won't happen so far. Just on to trash. Looking into the fault lines to construction. Very high paced at the moment, as we know both teams are not the type of just running with the head through the walls. Now the first mirror window is gone. This has been taken by the Ash charge.
Has he just like ran himself out of the construction breach pretty much and just started firing at the guy on the roof?
But it worked though. It was kind of risky because you never know if there's someone hanging on the very end of trash aiming this off. But as this matter of fact, it worked for Hachi, and he didn't have any damage taken.
Indeed, there is a little bit of an engagement going on over towards this this CC side of the Phantom wall open. The Valkyrie isn't able to cover that mute channel well enough, but is able to cover just space and bullets, should I say? As now he's going to be just moving himself over and starting to help his teammate with a couple more of their own engagements.
Now we're pretty much set back to the same situation that we had in the first round. MDF down to 2 operators. Only advantage now here is that F7 still is up flawless with 5 men on these health bars.
Indeed, they are. As ACRV just drops down, tries to take the engagement through the breach. The Valkyrie and Maxi going to be there on the there to find the receiver, and Pistol Guy comes in for a quick little save as Maxi goes down inside of CC.
Well, that type of way we have a flawless round, I see.
Indeed, we do. That was
And
a
that's
flawless round, and it was off the back of one of them being injured, but
a flawless is the flawless. Even though you're down, you're not dead. It's flawless as a flawless. It makes so highly. And now we're we're going to a spot that I predicted we could potentially see, and I'm very much interested to see how this will go. But to finish off, we have a round that is going flawless for F7, and that's bringing confidence into your own playstyle. It brings you confidence. You're in this map. You're in the heads of the opponents. And now we have to look and see what MDF is doing, because they really have to put their head in this game, because they're just continuing this way. This could be a short map, and it could be a hard turn for the second half here. So now I'm pretty much concerned to see how they will answer, because every single perspective that we have seen from MDF here, they have a plan, but it does not work in any type of playstyle.
I've been like doubting my take, because obviously F7 are like F7 are gonna like disband supposedly after this, or like after ESA is over. But I genuinely believe that if F7 come out of this game with a win, they're going to win the cup. Like, I think they win ESA if they come out of this game with a win. And I still believe this.
It is believable because we don't have to say anything against teams. We're talking about teams that pretty much know what they know, but Basie picks up the third first blood kill of these maps. Mason now have done every single first pick of the round so far. This time with the Soulless, perfectly done, scavenged out the droner, jumped out and picks up the kill by Verox.
They're enjoying this playstyle so much. They're enjoying like having so much freedom, and they're just forcing so much freedom for themselves that it's absolutely insane. Like, I'm very, very happy with the way they're playing right now. This really could not be a better game for them.
In the same matter of fact, as we're talking about it now, you see MDF is pretty much struggling to get any type of take onto the defense's first rows here. They needed 1 minute and 20 seconds to even enter the building properly into Cash and CC. Now they're pushing further into construction, have already taken out that mirror window. We have 1 minute and 10 seconds up, and they haven't done a single proper take. Now Harv is taking down Hachi. 4 on 4 equal. Harv is inside, close on A. Macy picks up Just, and Just is taking the trade here. 3 on 3. Pistol Guy back in toilet. Marty up top in CC.
This is crazy flank potential for this Frost here. She's going to be making her way down red stairs, and
we have Pistol. Now we have Pistol taken down, and potentially we can see a plant here. Alex did see Mati, and Mati did see Alex, but Eni finds Mati first. And now we are talking about here. Yuki alone against 3. He sees Alex, but he can't pick up the kill there. But Harv is taking Yuki, and this is a free piece by Harv here. That's pretty well done.
It is, and that's gonna really set the pace for MDF here. They really need to just be able to get those explosive players to be able to make their plays. They need to be able to set that up because otherwise they're going to be so well. They're just going to be struggling so much to be able to get these takes moving because it's just taking them so long to find it at all at the moment.
Absolutely. Now we have MDF on the board. We have MDF in the game. Now we just have to see if they can pick up a little bit more pace because, for my type of opinion, this is not MDF that I know. They're playing a little bit more fast-paced than we have seen so far. And as soon as they even get the pace a little bit up and still keep those aims up where they have to be, like we saw this round, they were pretty much see the opponent, scavenge him, talk, kill him. Pretty much quick to do. Yeah, that's the thing that we have to see from MDF the next past round. And I would really say, if they get into the heads of F7 here, put a little bit up in the pace, this could be a quick turn. But if F7 now back in the best spot on this map, picks up the next round, get very interesting again, because then we have MDF all the way back from the ground again, have to rise up.
So we are going to be seeing this basement site once again. The setup does seem to be relatively the same as it was, and no changes to the operator lineup either. So we are going to be seeing probably essentially the same round, but I'm sure that they did previous. So we are just watching and waiting as they try and secure themselves.
A breach is opened up in CC. We will have to take a look at that because we have Mati down in barrels, top on blue stairs. Getting a little bit pressure here by Just. The footprints are seen. Mati is still on the blue stairs. Now he has right on top of Just, and Just picks up the first kill here. First opener for MDF in round number 4. And with Mati taking another great player with such a huge capabilities on clutch situations. Very important play here by F7, taken out at first.
Good for the side of MDF as now we see Mason really try and seize the toes through the gap in the fence and just isn't able to find it, but as the claymore goes down and the drone comes out, yeah, we'll be seeing just some informational work coming out of this Twitch right now just to see if she can get herself further integrated on the side. But it's all going to go bad as well, the other one just causes it to bounce away. And that's really all she wrote.
We're on blue also down. But as well, it took again 2 minutes to open the hatches. And now we have MDF a little bit in the struggle of playing downwards. Yuki picking over Alex, so it's a 4-on-4 equal. Nico also staying below on Jukebox, not getting scared away. Verox picks up Nico. Yuki is aiming off to Harv. Harv picking up Macy. Yuki killing Annie. Yuki trying to rotate back into side. They know where he's at, and Verox also hunts him down. It's a 2v1 in advantage here. Verox going forward the plan. Hachi picking up Harv.
Plan. Gotta be all the way down as the impact goes out from the double door in order to try and bait that attention. The pre-fire over the bomb chassis isn't gonna find it as Hassi is the man to find the frag, and that's gonna be the round in favor of F7.
And also again, those contact nades are doing such a huge fact here for Hachi again. Distracting, also putting a little bit of damage in, giving a little bit of coverage from the smoke up popping from these impact grenades to then put on the last finishing push. And that we see a clutch done by Hachi, done by F7. And that again, like we had the flawless round from F7, gives a huge lot of push from the mentality ground.
Indeed, as
Defenders
it's kind of insane that we are seeing sort of the side of MDF struggle so much, because I don't think we have in the entirety of like this sort of playoff bracket, or even before. So I really think that if MDF are gonna come out of this and like move further forward in the playoffs, they're gonna really need to start finding rounds on this attack.
Absolutely. In the same matter of fact, we have to say F7's best map, as they say themselves, is Clubhouse. The first pick of the day, after my, as I have seen, I could be horrifically wrong. The pick is MDF with Clubhouse, not F7. So it's very interesting to see that the team picks the best map from stats and also from the individual opinion from the opponent's team. But I really have to say, now we have 3-1 up for F7. Nothing is lost here, because we've seen so many takeovers here. I've seen a 6-6-0 going into a 6-6 on this map from either side. So I really much have to say, if MDF wants to fix this first in the defense, they could potentially do it. But I really have to say, it makes it so much harder to do on this pressure, because F7 is not going to make it easy on you. Especially not when they're getting a 4-2 or a 5-1, even though turn into the second half.
They're definitely not going to make it easy from the very beginning. They're going to really just be trying their best to, you know, make this their game. And at the moment, it's not going so well on the side of MDF.
Well, not just goes down, just gets killed by Mati. But in the same matter of fact, I wanted to say, as I see, or I think, MDF is struggling a little bit to get intel, because they are having to play against so much will be taken by both Mute and also the operator themselves, destroying those drones very straight away. So there's not much intel to get or intel to gather. And so MDF always has to go in blindsided, and that's very hard. Now Varus sees Mati for a split second there. Can't pick up.
You've got to be so careful with your drones as well, because it's like you don't know if they have a Solus on side. And it's like, she's not banned, so she definitely could be. And it's one of those where like you genuinely have to be worried about whether she is actually going to be a factor in this matchup or not.
Oh, Varux just not see Yuki and Mati there. We have Harvey alone. Harv picks up Yuki, so it's a 1v2. He already up in double kill.
Get himself in a position on the main stairs in order to try and get himself further and further forward. The camera not going to be active as he did just shoot it. He's going to be taking the corner on towards Jim, sees the player and takes some bullets, but it's going to be completely fine. As now he tries to take the re-swing, comes around the back on the Frost as the Frost is peeking through the rotate hole, and neither of them able to damage onto, or meaningful damage onto the other, but finally,
Mati down.
And it's going to be a 1 versus 1. He tries to take the swing through the rotate, isn't able to find it, and Pistol Guy puts a bullet in his head with an SMG. That's Pistol round over.
But again, Harv with the free piece. He brings his team in the right direction, but in the same matter of fact, F7 always has a man in the perfect position to either put a frag to refrag, to just get those operators coming up the stairs, going inside the breach, always have them in a cross position to make it hard for them to either enter or just try to swing in. That's the main factor that we have seen so far here by F7. They always have a man in the right position to put MDF in danger.
Yeah. And I think that's a really good thing for the side of F7. The fact that they're able to come into a match like this against a team that is kind of, I don't want to say expected to win, because I feel like that's putting putting them on too much of a pedestal. But I think MDF is one of those teams that people favor in this playoffs, and I think especially coming up against a team like F7 that we've spoken about so many times before as a team that's going to disband, it really goes to show how seriously they're still taking this.
And just to pick you up straight from there, I've heard so many guys saying, oh, why are we always casting F7? They're disbanding. They're not playing serious anymore. Guys, look here. They're absolutely proving every single one of you wrong. They're taking this more seriously than ever. Even though they're disbanding, they want to win this series. They have signed up for this series, and they pretty much have the same mindset that we are going to win this if that's in our possibilities.
Exactly. They really want to like do everything they can to squeak out a win and see if they can actually come out of this cup with maybe more than what they bargained. Well, maybe not more than what they bargained for, but still like come out of this cup with more than what people expect. And I think that's a really, really good thing because people just kind of are going to discredit you, people are going to doubt you, and I think that probably just drives them.
Absolutely, and as a matter of fact, not always when a team say we are disbanding, it says, oh, there has been a major beef in the team, the players don't want to play with each other anymore. It can be so many other reasons why the teams are disbanding, and that's the matter of fact that we are not seeing. And again, we see those contact grenades. I can't see it, but there gets a trade by Alex with a nice wallbang there. There's a piece of Annie.
We're going to be seeing this 2 versus 2 situation. Pistol Guy and Maxi left alone on the site against Variox and Alex, as Alex was lower garage, but has managed to rotate himself up onto Raptors as the Malusi takes the swing onto the CC window. Maxi is able to find them both! And that's going to be the round in favour of F7 once again. That's a 5-1-half!
5-1-half, and it's completely against any predictions that we had both. I think we can be pretty honest now that we have been so naive going into the prediction of how this game will turn. I, for instance, said it will be a 4-2 for MDF. Now just a little bit more skeptical and said a 3-3, but this game has absolutely shown us we don't know anything about how these teams could perform against each other.
Yeah, I did kind of say 3-3, didn't I?
You said, but I'm worse. I said 4-2 for MDF, and it says 5-1 for F7.
This is gonna be a series and a half. I'm very excited for the next couple maps. If F7 are able to come out of this with a convincing win, I think MDF are gonna be very much fighting tooth and nail for the remainder.
But it is every stage like that. It's even though potentially MDF could also lose one more round before they have to play do or die. It's already do or die because when you give F7 just 2 maps after the first half, 2 rounds more to need to win after the first half, they will absolutely put every single thing that they have in energy in their bodies into this game. So now MDF has put themselves in a very hard position, in a very hard case here. So now we just have to see if MDF can hold on and maybe provoke F7 to do some flaws in their build-ups to then maybe get a second pickup into this game. Because as we already see, Mati already in the building at central stairs, but also
he's got the skeleton key as well. I don't know if he realizes he's still aiming with the skeleton key. He might have turned it off while ADSing, but he was like aiming halfway down the stairs with the shotgun. Oh, he changed up. But now he's going to be opening up onto the floor and just applying that pressure onto the bottom main stairs, getting rid of the camera, that sort of thing. Just a default siege.
Annie down on the center stairs in Moto, aiming onto main stairs. It's already gone away. Alex here beneath the kitchen hatch, searching for potential C4 vertical. But also, as we see, F7 also pretty much needs a long time to open the hatches here. More than half the round before the hatches begin to go up.
The usage of the time in general, though, I think, because you've managed to get that hatch open, you've managed to cover so much ground, and now you've managed to bait a kill as well, just falls. So you're in a man-advantageous situation. You've got so much information, and you're now like applying the vertical pressure that you've been waiting to apply for the entire round. And Bravo going to be lurking inside of Oil Pit. Potentially could be a solo push here. Don't exactly know for certain if the person looking that way right now knows that the Bravo has dropped.
I think so. I think so because Varix straightly aimed that off as soon as the drop happened, but now the drop in motor happens. Macy already close to Warden here. Marv. Mati's right behind him. Hachi picks out Annie here. Hachi also picks out the Verox. Yuki getting Harv, and Nico finds Alex, and that's a flawless
basement. That's a flawless round on club basement. We're at 6-1. My goodness. We're at 6-1 in favour of Flawless 7. What a phenomenal round by them as they've come into this matchup firing on all cylinders.
And now I come up with my hockey type of way to say it: do or die.
Yeah.
And now we're really there.
We've seen comebacks like this in the past. They don't happen often, but we've seen them. And it's not likely it's gonna happen today. But we can still hope.
It's very unlikely to happen today. I will go with you on that. But in the same matter of fact, let's say if we see 7-1 win for F7 after this first match, then we really have to talk about a little bit before we're going into the second map, because then we're going on a map that is totally in favor for F7 and completely in disfavor for MDF, because they have said they don't like that map. That's the only map that they really have said, if we can say we don't want to play a map, it's that map.
Yeah. I think the sort of this is our favourite map type beat is very much an understatement. This is crazy. This is some like next level performance that I've never seen against MDF before.
Yeah, I've never seen a so doministic play after the first half, and it just continues against MDF.
They know they've got blitz too.
Oh, Harvest picking up Macy. Hachi is taking the refrag. Verox can refrag Hachi, so double refrags here. Putting MDF in advantage.
That room window is now very on top. Very low HP, could get caught very easily over this Jim. Straight bullet goes awry, but instead it's going to be the man further back on the rotate that's going to lose his head. The Frost going to be hanging around, but isn't able to get caught out by the Buck. Actually didn't deal any damage whatsoever, but so it's going to be the 1 HP solo to Veriox alongside just on Frost and Alex on the mirror. We'll have to see if Alex can find at least a kill to, you know, bring his team further into this, because, well, Veriox is going to be very, very afraid of holding such an aggressive position because of his health.
But also here we have all the main operators for this attack build-up been taking out. Yuki now runs into the Frost, now playing on the bottom hatch. Nico also gets pulled out by Alex, and Alex just makes it and says, okay, you can come right until there, but not any step further. Sit down, my friend.
Beautiful little shot from him past the bookshelf and, you know, taking out the Nomad just across the edge of that hidden door there. So, very well played by him.
But in the same matter of fact, I will really much say that we had two key situations here. We had first Mati losing the fast peak fight against Just in front of Jim, because Mati could, if he would have picked up that kill, we would have a for F7 that could be played out very much other-like. But in the same matter of fact, we also had the Ace running into the Frost trap that wasn't spotted on the floor. And that way, Nico just tried to pull on that refrag, and it just didn't work. It was unlucky.
I also think it was a little bit of a schizo move to put your man that was 10-3 on Blitz. But we move on and we pretend it didn't happen.
not to blame anyone here, but I think it was kind of a cocky playset. I think they said, okay, let's try a push. We are in a 6-1 lead. Let's try a push.
5 seconds to insertion.
Yeah. They just wanted to like see if they could go out with a bang.
Out to locate a bomb
Yeah.
and defuse it.
They wanted something for the highlight video of next week. Okay, well let's keep focused. We are in round number 9. We have MDF denying the first match point of the evening against F7. F7 had to put themselves a little bit into the dirt, but now we have MDF back in the bottom floor, the floor that they just lost in the flawless against F7. So the mindset of F7 just must be, okay, let's play this one more time. The same type of style that we had done the round before. Let's take this, boys.
I didn't think they weren't as fast as they wanted to be on the side of F7 when they were taking it previously, because there was a lot of occasions where you had, like, for example, the Thatcher inside a bar just standing there with his EMP in his hand while Buck's just droning down the main stairs, that sort of thing, like waiting for the can opener to go on the hatch so they can start moving forward with the rest of the stuff. So I think it's like I think they didn't even get anything done as fast as they wanted to, maybe.
But that clears up for both teams. I've seen both teams play. I've casted both teams so many times, and as I have to say on this map, I've never seen both teams being in need of using so much time, using so much utility, using so much strength to just do the simple build of opening the hatches, getting their build up done. Just takes quite a while more than it is needed in the standards. And that's one reason. Even though they have huge respect for the opponent team and say, okay, they could potentially always swing us or flank us, it takes a lot of, way too much time. Also here again, we have 1 minute remaining. The hatches are open, yes. Well, there's not a single take down on blue stairs. There's not one single take on main stairs down. And even though now just Hodge just recently dropped for like 2 seconds ago, he dropped in oil pit. We have 50 seconds left to the clock.
Other Ace is going to be making his way down those main stairs and wants to try and get these hard walls open, but my gadget is stop. And goes the impact grenade in order to stop the breach onto the actual mirror glass itself. And well, now we're in a 5 versus 1 situation. Hassie left all alone, all the work to do and not all the health to do it, as he is going to be making his way down these Adam stairs, trying to take the peek onto the man that's going to be hovering around generator. The man moves over towards the opposite side and gets taken out by the Brava inside of the blue corridor. She finds a second as the Malusi gadget is going to slow her down a little bit and cause a few problems, but the impact grenade from Variox cleans up the kill, and that's going to be the round over in favor of MDF. 6-3 now.
6-3, and in closing, and that's the type of way that we know MDF. MDF says about themselves, we have confidence, we are confident in our skills, we are confident in our own strategies and our own build-ups, we are confident in our mindsets, and that's the way they're showing us that they are confident about themselves. They say, okay, we're with our backs against the wall, we have nothing to lose, let's just try and keep playing our playstyle and just see where it brings us. And right at the moment now, it has brought them 2 rounds. Now they have to play the third spot, the most spot that the teams usually don't train that often, but you play it often because you always lose in between, and more often you pick the same spot twice in a row. But now we see Stock and Bar from MDF here, and now I'm very interested to see how they play it. We saw how F7 played it. It didn't go so well for F7, and MDF really needs this round, because if they lose like F7 did, this map is over.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've lost their 1 already on this half, so they have to match with a 5-1 half. Which, if they do, I'm going to be absolutely astonished, because that'll take us straight to overtime in map 1, and I really don't know what to do from there. But we're looking at the moment at a castle that's very low on HP somehow. I'm not too sure quite how that happened, but we move, I guess.
I think that was Pistol Guy outside of the kitchen hallway,
Oh,
putting on some pressure on Just there. And Just
possibly.
either way, Just has no capabilities of healing. But now you see how quickly F7 pushes up, already taking Garage and taking CC now, putting more pressure on Cash to then provoke their movements into or forward to construction, where we have the first mirror window. Not the Frost with Amy standing up in the door to Master. Also here again, we have MDF playing crosses, trying to play the same places that we saw from the positionings, always trying to build cross positions. Every single entering point could be a rear frag, but Macy now picks up Just was low on health, also has done his job quite well, I think, putting Macy down. A very little health remaining because Macy's here the top fragger of Team F7 with the Ash, also a very big operator in this build-up for this spot. Now Harvest now taking out the first kill, evening it out. He takes some damage.
Bit of aggression by Happy. Just spot out anybody on a re-swing, but the man down in bar is going to be a bit of an issue for the side of MDF if they're not able to get him back up. Swing from the Dekebi could be exactly what they're looking for, but instead it's Variox to find the kill.
And what an important kill, the only operator that cuts off the back rotation abilities. Alex
so
takes Yuki, Yuki takes Annie.
Now we're
It
just
is a
looking
fight.
at, well, Maxi versus the world, I guess.
Maxi could make himself into a legend for F7 after this first map. He begins his way in, but it will be hard. I'm pretty convinced this won't be a map. This won't be a round for F7 because we have both Echo Drones still up and running. If Macy potentially would go for a plant that he doesn't have the diffuser for, it wouldn't take any bargain for Alex to put him down with the Echo Drone. But as far as we get, it's hard. Picking up this last kill from Macy, and we have a 6 going into 4.
Dude, that's actually insane that we started this at 5-1 and then Flawless 7 are able to get themselves around and we're at 6-1 and now we're on comeback mode with MDF getting all the way up to 6-4 so far and really treading a fine line because they literally cannot lose a round here. They have to win 2 more in order to be able to get us to overtime in order to secure this final.
Absolutely, and now they have built up more confidence. They have won the spot that they, where I predict they say, okay, let's try and win bottom floor at first, where they lost. So we have 1 spare round. If we then have to play bar, we can potentially lose that one to them, have every single spot up on free again. But they won that hard round now after the hard case of losing the first round down in the basement. And now, as you said, they have opened up every single spot. They can now play from the beginning again. The spots that have worked for them so far, quite fine, are the top floor spot here in Master Bedroom and Gym, as well as the second attempt on bottom floor was very convincing. So everything is open here.
It could also be a blessing and a curse because you've got the fact that, yeah, this could go very well for them. Because, you know, they've won this site previous, they're going to be going to it again and things like that. But the cursing part of it is you've also got to consider the fact that they've been here before, meaning they've been attacked by this team before, meaning they're kind of already able to establish, alright, this is like the hole in your defense. And if they really think very well about what they're going to be doing, I feel like the adaptation from the attacking side could actually secure them around here. And I do like the adaptation from the attacking side, bringing along the Nomad, bringing along the Flores, alongside the Habana, and just seeing if you can, use these operators for opportunities.
Meanwhile, the flank watch with Nico, the one pistol guy, has been taken out by Harv here. Harv again, a very important player for Team MDF here, making these pickups, making these first bullet kills, these first bloods. They are so hugely important, especially so early in the rounds. But Mason picks up Verox here, standing vertical on the hatch. Alex could easily refrag that. And the refrags are now staking sky limits here by MDF, and that's very important for the players to always staying confident. But Macy picks up the next and picks up Harv here. Harv now taking out the top fragger of MDF, and that hurts. That hurts.
Yeah, that must really hurt, as now we're going to be seeing him just hover around on highway, peeking these highway windows, seeing if he can take any engagements against any of these players. He knows Castle's going to be nearby, but isn't quite aware of where, as he is just sitting on this mattress in the mid-range of sight, just holding onto that construction door at crouch level, just knowing that someone is going to be coming from there eventually, takes the swing onto the ash, who's on the left side of the window now, but gets caught out, and that's going to be the man down. It's left up to Alex and Just against Yuki and Maxi in this situation. Yuki finds one, and the man that's downed gets cleaned up as well. It's all up to Alex in this 1 versus 2 situation. C4 goes out, finds the kill onto the planter, and it's going to be a 1 versus 1 between Maxi and Alex. Takes the swing, deals some damage, isn't able to find the kill, and he knows he's coming from the hallway.
And
Takes the swing, and Alex wins it! A phenomenal round for the side of MDF.
What a retake! What a retake by MDF here. And as soon as we say, these rounds are gliding out of the hands of F7 here. Again, they get the pressure point on MDF. They clean out this spot. They go for the plant. But unluckily, Alex just knows quite too well where the plant is going to happen, where it's going down. The C4 thrown perfectly on the feet of the Ace going for the plant. Now we have a 6. We have a 6-1 that have turned into a 6-5. And I'm pretty much convinced this could be the neck breaker.
I swear to God, I'm going to be so disappointed if MDF win this. But I'm also going to be so excited at the same time. Because I feel like Flawless 7 deserved this so much. And now we're at this 6-5 situation and I feel like they don't deserve it at all.
Both teams deserve it. They have both shown in the defense that they pretty much can make it very hard for the attacking team to play here. But in the same matter of fact, I really want to see the overtime on this first map, because I'm pretty convinced that if we would see it, we will see a whole other bunch of attacking teams. But as this way goes, the first pickup goes to F7 by Nico, with the one pistol guy pulling out just player. This has been very unfortunate in this match. He's even though got 6 kills, but always very often just gets handled out quite early in those rounds.
How did just die? I stretched and I didn't even realize.
I neither saw it, so I'm pretty as well. We have Nico inside.
Well, F7 buff,
garage.
I guess.
We have Nico inside garage. Harv is now been scavenged up by Nico.
Oh my God!
And Alex
oh
gets
my
jumped
God.
out by Hachi. And now we have a 2-man advantage for F7 here.
Bro just
Our blue hedge.
got absolutely destroyed. I really don't know what else to say, and now it's going to be a 3 versus 5 situation. This is a joke for the side of F7 here if they're not able to win this round.
In the same matter of fact, we will really have to say that Harv just wanted a little bit too much there on those blue stairs. Wasn't really much needed to play it in a way. And now also Verox gets a lot of damage dealt to him.
Indeed he does. I think we're being a little bit too aggressive on the side of MDF on towards these Adam stairs, because it's the second person in the last couple of minutes is going to be trying to creep onto the Ash, who is, very ready for that engagement and losing bodies, but very honest with the aggressive position. Does try and take the re-swing onto the stairs, deals a bit of damage to the ram, and also takes a bit himself. A beautiful C4 sails straight into the face of the woman that's going to be standing around on the stairs. It's now
and it takes
a 3
it takes
versus 3
equal.
situation. Maxi finds one, Variox goes down, and we're going to be in a bit of a precarious position on this Malusi as she does get pinched. And the last man standing once again is Alex in this clutch situation. Can he win a second in a row, this time against one extra player? As Fuse is able to get the initial damage and the initial point of engagement as Hussey finds the final kill. That's the round done and dusted. That's the match. Or, well, the map done and dusted in favour of F7. 7-5.
7-5. A match that leaves me speechless, to say on the very easy type of way. A match that we saw where F7 picked up very early in the round and just gathered more and more pace, even though that they got into the rounds. They got even more pace when they started losing rounds. That was wondering me, that they pulled up the pace more and more, even though they lost the rounds. But in the same matter of fact, MDF just began to play better and better and better and better for this map.
Yeah.
So, after my opinion, it was a well-deserved close map in the end, but a very deserved win for F7 after the first half, because the dominance on after the first half over to MDF was such a huge gap built up there that, as you mentioned, if F7 lost the round, I will be a little bit disappointed, because they worked so hard to get those rounds in the earlies, and then losing and losing and losing, getting more and more even. But in the same matter of fact, GG's done, both teams. MDF lost the first round, losing their map pick. We're going to bank the map pick of F7. F7 1-0 up, so I'm very convinced this could be interesting. But
Well, speaking of interesting, I'm going to be really uninteresting right now and send us to a 5-minute break, as we are going to be waiting just to get ready for the second map, which is going to be Bank. See you there.
See ya.
Hello and welcome back to ESA Cup Season 7. We're back with Bank, almost, and we are very, very ready to see if, can Flawless 7 start as hot as they did before, starting out on the attack this time? Or are MDF going to really be able to pull something out the bag here and secure themselves a map win?
Yeah, well, that's the thing that we really will have to find out this map. We are on Bank, the map that we have got the information on that MDF is not the best to play on. It can be very interesting. They have lost their map pick with Clubhouse against F7. F7 now has their map pick done with the Bank, potentially because they know MDF is not that good set up on Bank. Bank is a huge map.
Yeah,
there's a lot of ground to take there.
I was saying this to you before, specifically about the bans. 100% we see a Ying, and I think Ying will probably be the first one. But instead, it's actually going to be Monty. Monty's going to be the first one to go, and this is like the second attacker man was one that was a bit more of a wild card to me. But I'm pretty still dead set on the fact that we're going to see a Ying, because Ying is one that needs to go, especially for this map in general. I think if she doesn't go off the board in the ban phase, then it could be a much scarier game for the defense. But yeah, she does fall off, and now we're going to be looking at these defender bans. Solace is 100% going to be one of them. I'm pretty dead set on that.
It has to be.
And then the other one could be, I think it's going to be more information denial, like entry denial type thing. So we'll probably see like Fenrir or potentially even something along the lines of like a Mirror or an Azami. I think it's going to be one of those.
I will put on a Mirror, but it goes for the Echo.
That's an old school ban. That's one we haven't seen in a while.
It's a ban we haven't
Um,
seen in a while, but especially this ban is so well known in the German community because if we go bottom floor stairs, um, we have always seen the past weeks and months, the past two and or maybe 3 seasons, always an echo in garage if the echo is pickable.
yeah,
Not everyone is playing mirror
Defenders,
anymore
protect your
because
bombs
they
from
have
being
other
defused by
playstyles, they have
attackers.
other strategies, but this echo can be so dense in the garage to pull on and break through in through garage. But as well, he has such a big space there to hide and pull out time. And in in the same matter of fact, you can have so much time to drive those drones around and just destroying every single plant opportunity if he stays alive.
exactly so. But we are just seeing the mirror going to be played this time around, and
10
they're
seconds
just
left
going to be
before
doing
insertion.
pretty relatively default site setup as far as I'm
5
aware.
seconds left
And
before insertion.
I mean, one of the things that we really need to
Attackers
sort of
must
touch on
locate and
is the
defuse
fact
the
that
bomb.
Bank is an extremely informational map. Bank is one of those maps where you can get a lot of information very early by running certain operators. Things like the Valkyrie on defense, things like the Zero on attack. And also, because of how big the actual map is, just in general, we're able to utilize operators like Amaru to just get a quick entry and a quick clear onto things like the top floor and things like that, especially when you're pushing into a basement defense.
And just to pick you up, guys, I have casted those German teams so many times now, and one thing that goes over and over again and just picks up for every single team nearly in the German sector on Bank, the most part of the teams play a top floor run or a top floor clean in the beginning. So as we said, Bank is a huge map. There's a lot of ground to go through and scavenge through, and that's the way, like now said, pick up Amaro to just to get a quick entry, clean up this top floor and start to go downwards so you don't have to clean through, have not lost a huge amount of time. Because if you really just need to wrap up, open the window, jump in, it is 30 seconds taken from a 3-minute round on a map that is so huge to a big blade that can be horrible to go through. But as we see, now we have built us through from the top floor. Top floor is clean, top floor is earned by F7. And now they are working their way down to the first floor. We also see EDF has opened both hatches. Now Yuki is playing against the mirror window. Mirror window stays up.
The Habana pallet is just going to be placed on that window every now and again just to see if they can actually get it through, but the impact grenades still in pocket. Goyo are going to be able to clear those off this time around, but well, now comes the probably final necessary pieces of utility that do come through, do smash the mirror, and well, leave these attackers in a bit of a safer position. But these 3 Goyo canisters are going to be just kind of postured around this doorway, are going to be a bit of a detriment if left.
Basically, it's the first.
Now he just comes down the main stairs, marble stairs, and just clears out 2 of those players. It's now a 2 versus 3. These 2 players isolated over towards that red vault side. Now it's just going to be all up to Hav as he is inside of this gold area, just trying to potentially take one of these engagements, find one of these kills from somewhere. Isn't quite well, versed on the location of these players. Tries to catch out the buck, or not the buck, the Amaru, but isn't able to find her as makes his way out into the red corridor, gets caught out by the SMG-12 on the right side, and secures the round for a team. And F7 go up 1-0.
F7 up 1-0 after I would say predicted build-up, a very predictive build-up. I kind of don't understand why we are still playing mirrors in front of red directly into the bomb set. I always thought it was deep, because when you have a man standing also
Attackers
in
need to
garage,
locate and defuse
these
bombs.
are way more easy to hold. They're not that easy to pull out by the amount of buffs on the hatches. As well, they have every single build-up done. They have the headline from garage we're just playing. Maybe just needed a little bit more help there with the down push of Macy from the main stairs, because I think that was the key part of this spot, why MDF lost this control of this bomb site. So I really think they have to look more into that and maybe keep those things a little bit longer. As the same matter of fact, I don't really understand why these hatches are open from the beginning, because they don't play with anyone roaming on top, as I saw that far. Maybe now they have someone roam.
Further potentially, but in goes the Amaru once again, and she's going to be opting to go much, much faster this time. Runs all the way over towards these main stairs, knowing that there isn't going to be a player in there to contest. And, well, if she's able to get down and get herself onto this smoke, she could be in a very optimal position to just secure that opening frag and put her team on the front foot at the beginning of this second round.
Now we see Annie in the elevators on the first floor, just again in the garage, half in open area. Potentially pick up Mati there. Jumps down as he doesn't find any bullets on Mati.
And the smoke's dealt with 2 drones inside of that elevator right now, as Hassi's managed to deal with someone's life and secure that for himself. Smoke's smoked off himself in order to see if that will fall for the mask of down. But as the other one goes in, he does end up falling down the hatch and keeping himself safe in order to, you know, preserve that man count, considering they're already down 2 players this early. Well, with these players being as aggressive and willing to take these fights as they are, they're going to be so much more favoured if they keep themselves alive.
F7 is really putting up a lot of pressure here on MDF, as now also Annie falls out against Mati. Flash and just gets flashed there by Mati. It's only just Harv left. Half now on Dropper, Macy, but Macy also connected with that kill. Just also gets killed off by Mati. Flawless round by F7, getting up with a 2-0 lead here. And as well as we said, the long break we had for MDF could have brought them out of place there, because now F7 begins up playing like they did on the first map, and either side they begin in the attacking side, and the attack side I either say on bank is the most hard way to begin.
Defenders, protect your bombs.
Definitely showing their worth there on this attack, as they've only allowed the defense to get 3 kills in total. And, well, kills don't mean everything in Siege, no, but when you've only got 3 kills and you're on round 3, as a team, you're going to be a little bit disappointed. You need to be securing at least a couple more than that, at least like the 5, in order to have the equivalent of a round win. But I don't know. After this round, I guess it'll tell the tale of the match in this half, and we'll see if they are able to actually secure anything for
Attackers are
themselves.
heading out to defuse a bomb.
At the moment, it is looking very, very scary from the side of this defense. So
It is, but in the same matter of fact, F7 has done their homework. They have scavenged out of which map they potentially should try to embrace themselves on against MDF, and that map was Downward Bank. And so far so good, it works. Luckily for F7, as it also keeps the mentality up, they won on Clubhouse and now have every single relaxation that they need for the second map, because potentially they could lose this map and it wouldn't even care them that much. Yes, it would hurt. And yes, they don't want to lose this map. Don't get me wrong, but they have a second life. That life doesn't MDF have. And when MDF know, okay, we're not that well on playing bank. We have no spare lives left. This can be a huge game changer, as well as also Amy also falling through the roster again. The first blood kill by F7, and it gets into a double by Archie also killing Just.
This really starts rolling for the side of F7, and there's not really a lot that the MDF side can do to thwart it. They're going to be holding on to the angle on Banana, but it is going to be Hashi to find the kill once again. And well, now it's a 2 versus 5 situation. Potential for another flawless round as Maxi finds another on the closet. In comes the Frost from behind, securing one for herself to, you know, mitigate the flawless round. But even then, being found by Matty straight after, so the round still goes in favor of F7.
I really have to say it. I don't want to say anything bad against MDF because I'm far off having the same skill as those guys have. But for me, it looks like a standing knockout on MDF here. They're standing, they're holding angles, they're pre-aiming into the fields with okay, potentially someone's coming here, but they're standing completely open. The reaction time is very bad. They're using way a lot of time to react upon the visualization of an opponent, and it just looks like okay, we have no more energy, we have no more force to play against, no more energy left. That hurts me to see because we're talking about a great team here, a very good team that showed us on Clubhouse. Even with their backs against the wall, they can come back to this. And as the fact of now, after the first 3 rounds, I've not seen one bit of that.
Exactly, we are seeing just F7 absolutely walk all over this MDF side at the moment. And I mean, even after a full 3 rounds, we still don't have enough kills on the side of MDF to constitute 1 round's worth of kills. Like 1 round wins worth of kills. Which really shows like how far behind they are. Coming into the tower's door from the buck of Hashi, as he does just want to see if he can try and find a kill for himself. I know the Ash is behind the pillar, and a beautiful little shot from Just is able to take him down. Putting his phone down on the opposite side as Hashi tries to take the peek on the other teller's door. Gets caught out by the warden, and we're left in this position where Pistol Guy has to try and find both of these kills for himself. Finds one. Tries to take the peek on the man behind the lockers. Drops a pre-fire, but doesn't quite know he's there, I'm pretty sure. Doesn't quite know the exact location of this player.
But again, like this time we had a great start from MDF here, picking up 2 kills very early in the round. Also with Hachi and Macy, 2 very important kills. Now the castle would just have the visualization on Pistol Guy. Didn't shoot him. Nico did not see him. Going to say.
Open this kill, but Just is the one to find it instead. The ceiling's open, so he's had to leave the site, and now he's stuck inside of this main lobby area. Potentially could get caught out from the pinch here, but Yuki coming down the spiral stairs could find him instead. But no, Matty secures him through the wall. Is really no shot from him. As now we're going to be seeing just try and regather themselves in this 2 versus 3 situation. And
now the big question is, do they know that Alex is standing on top of blue stairs? They don't know. Mati doesn't know. Mati doesn't know. Mati dies from that perspective. Oh, it wasn't Alex. It was Amy. It looked a little bit more like the Vamai. Yuki gets Alex. Well, Yuki doesn't get Amy. That's the way it begins. Luckily, this time it begins earlier for MDF, and now, after I said this is not the MDF that we saw, and I complained, they begin. Why do we always have to begin complaining before things begin to happen?
Well, there was a situation in the last map where it was 2-1. So I know that they're really starting to find their footing, and this could look really good for them, but they've done it later than the last map, and I think that's the main thing we really need to sort of focus on with this at the moment. I think they could definitely be doing a lot more in these rounds, but that was probably one of the more dominant rounds from them in the early stages of the map.
So now, as you see, the hatches are closed. They're getting closed up. They're changing their strategy against F7 here in the basement floor. Now we are back in the basement. As you said, MDF won the first round, one round later than on Clubhouse. But potentially it could be a beginning, and we would pretty much hope for it to be a beginning, because a 3-on-3 here on bank would be so important.
Definitely would be, but Maxi's making his way through on this top floor once again. Still very confident that no one's going to be up there, and I mean the drone work from his team must be immaculate if they are able to get themselves this quick, this far, and well prepared for the engagements that are going to be at hand.
I could be wrong, but I tried to look a little bit into here on the second screen, and it looks like they're scavenging out the top floor with 2 drones, with one holding the camp until to the spawn seconds. You don't know if someone rotates up or not. And as soon as they have the stairs covered and Mace is just roaming in, they can clean up the top floor so quickly. That's a matter of fact. If you know how to drone on bank, intel is 50% a win on bank. If you have no intel on bank, you're pretty much fucked. To say it that way.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. We are going to be seeing some engagements now, though, as Maxi finds Variox and, well, goes straight back up the hatch in order to get himself out of there. So that's just a free little, like, left, right, good night, and just run away. The Legion moving up on the main stairs with the shotgun in hand just is going to be able to find that kill. We're left now in this position, 4 versus 4.
Important kill done, because now we have the Sophia taken out, the operator that is there to prevent those mirrors from being played as long as they can. Macy now, the next person, goes against the Legion, against Just, reloads, and Just he also hears this reload. Spins up the stairs to get this kill done. Oh, and that hole could nearly goes into perspective of killing Alex. Arv is killing Hayes, is killing Hachi. And now we have a 4-on-2. And Just now is a little bit too aggressive there with his shotgun, getting killed by Yuki. But as well, taking off time from the clock. And now we have 25 seconds left. And Yuki will drop the hatch and vault. No one is looking at that hatch. We potentially have any close in gold. You heard that. You heard the drop. Pistol getting up a Harv. And at that section, Yuki doesn't see anything. But in the same matter of fact, we had Annie holding the angle. In the same matter of fact, we also had the Vamai returning back to elevator, to vault entrance. So they had a cross there. It wouldn't go any type of further for him there. So well round also played by MDF now in round number 5, and closing the lead of F7. Only having a 3-on-2 lead left.
Attackers need to locate.
Well, there's a lot of rounds to be played still.
We're at 3-2 right now, so realistically, MDF aren't too disappointed, even if we can have a loss. We are, we did go up 3-0 at one point in this match. I'm really a little disappointed that they've lost these 2 in a row. I'll be looking for that 4-2 score.
They will be looking for the 4-2 split as well as MDF now after they have maybe gained some momentum. We'll be looking for the 3-3. But the major question is if MDF here picks up with 3-3, do you think we will see a potential tactical timeout to then prevent MDF get more and more momentum?
Very potentially. I'm not too sure if we will or not, but it's definitely something that could happen, and that's something we've really got to keep a hold of in this matchup.
Again here, interesting Macy and Naughty both on those windows.
Seeing a couple window engagements as some shots have already been fired and none have been received by any particular player. In goes some of these lifelines in order to clear out any of this defender utility that could be in the way of what they're trying to do. And ESA shield goes on the window in order to potentially try and bait out one or two of these players and secure themselves a free kill on a rotation.
Marty down in lobby, going into main stairs. Marty finds the first kill in just. Same matter of fact, also Yuki has opened a line on the 90 hole outside lobby. Visualization. Marvin picks up Macy. Macy puts out. Top fragger dead by F7. But Hasty can get up and gets at Marv. And he gets Sazi.
Now we're going to be seeing Pistol Guy in a 1v1 versus Aina. He gets the kill, and Alex is there for the refraggers. Now we're in this 2 versus 2 situation. We haven't dipped down into this 3 versus 2 that F7 keep getting themselves into as of recent. And well, Yuki going to be running over onto Banana, just trying to take the engagement against this mute here, but isn't able to find it as the shotgun rings true. Matty, the last man standing for the side of F7, is going to be rotating over towards this marble skylight by the looks of things. He potentially wants to try and take the drop straight in, and that is what he's going to be doing. He takes the drop, he takes the engagement against the man on the far angle, but isn't able to find it, and a little bit of damage gets dealt. Now just wants to try and take the swing through into the meeting desk room, isn't able to find the kill, and very honest is there to secure the round 3-2, a 3-3 half.
Yeah, and after this drop, I will play it a little bit different because they know that the diffuser is dropped. Monty did not have any type of time to pick up that diffuser. Even though he potentially would have killed one guy upstairs, he would never have the time to go down in ATMs, pick up the diffuser, and go up again. For my turn, you know where Monty was at. You know where he potentially could drop. So my call would have been, as the mute with the shotgun in hand, drop down lobby, hatch open to vault, down in vault, chill. Because no type of way Mati would predict that drop down there. And as soon as he gets the intel, it's too late for Monty to either get the diffuser and get back up and plant, or try and haunt you downstairs. But it did turn out well, and they have secured the round. We have 3-on-3 equalized after the first half, and I say no, both teams could be happy with the results. MDF a little bit more than F7 because F7 again started very well, then got picked up by a little comeback here by MDF. But now MDF has to show what they're made of in the attack, and the attack is not that easy as we have seen on Bank, especially not on this bottom floor spot.
Again, we're seeing F7 just play with these hatches open the same way MDF did. But with the cave floors on the 3rd floor, or on the 2nd floor hatches, which is a little different. They're playing a little bit more utility towards this upper floor in order to, you know, actually throw off these attackers, and they're actually playing a much more aggressive roam. They have a man inside of that open area ready to take any of these engagements if need be, and that is going to be Maxi by the looks of things, as he's
Maxi
going to be.
stands at the
Oh yeah,
window there.
Maxi and Hasi going to be hovering around inside of that area, and we don't. Well, we have to see
Luckily
what
for
they can
Mason
do.
there.
Yuki taking a engagement on main entrance against the ace, deals a bit of damage, isn't able, or not the ace, against the jackal, but isn't able to find the kill, and instead loses his life to Marion, who comes in from the backside.
Also here, as I mentioned, top floor clean, begins with the top floor clean, then scavenging down to the nearest spot downwards, and this time it is through open area, just goes onto the main stairs. Gets already pushed down on Maxi. Maxi luckily there that he does not get pulled out there. Either way, we have also a pistol guy going deep in garage, holding deep. Hazy picking up Verox. That's a reclaim, a refrag. Mati gets half. Now we have F7 back into the lead. Back in advantage.
This could be very scary. He decides to jump in, but he turns at the wrong moment, doesn't know he's in, or does he, as he takes the swing around and sees the man that's going to be trying to push onto him, takes the drop onto the hatch and gets himself out of there, and, well, as Matty finds one more, we're going to be in this 1 versus 4 in favour of F7.
This will be a hard piece for Alex to take, as he gets swinged by Maxi. He absolutely wanted that kill. Maxi wanted 1 kill this round, and he got it. In this type of way, we have F7 back in the lead after the first defense round. And now it really begins to take place. Now MDF really have to see and have to capitalize on their chances. Also this time, they knew where Hasi was standing. They knew he was aiming off into printer. That Annie did not try to prevent a pre-fire through the wall. Was maybe a key situation for Hasi that he survived, swinging out Annie afterwards. But in a matter of fact, well done from F7 picking up 1 round here, the first round after the first half. Picking up the lead again. Brings a little bit more confidence back into their own playstyle.
It's absolutely phenomenal from them in order to get themselves in a much better position on this sort of, well, the beginning of this half, I guess, as it has gone to 4-3 in favour of F7. They really want to keep driving this momentum forward because they really, you know, start to struggle later on in the halves, and I think that's definitely a credit to MDF's adaptability.
Absolutely, they have tried to adapt here, and they found ways, they found points to engage, but in the very end, it wasn't enough. In the last defense round, it was enough to find and capitalize your situations and here in the first attacking round, it didn't be enough to take it here, but as I said earlier, there are still a lot of rounds to be played. F7 needs 3 more wins, round wins to take this map, and MDF needs 4, want to equalize, and every single equalization from MDF here against F7 could take energy off the grid from F7. Here it's just about which team, which members of the teams can hold their focus the longest.
I'm still unaware of the drone at her feet and does eventually find it, as now we're going to be seeing the side of MDF. They've got this breach open, they've got their opening frag, and now they're just going to be looking to try and drive it forward into the site and find anything else that they can. Crossmat's going to be dealt with. Now we're going to be seeing the trade game be played by the defensive side. They've found 2 for themselves and obviously lost a player in the meantime of Hasis. Matty's finding 1 more on the half, and we're going to be seeing a 2 versus 3 situation. In
Alex
favour
finding another
of F7, but as Alex finds 1 more, it's now a 2 versus 2, and Alex is on a triple kill.
Alex is on a triple.
That was on for an ace here.
That would be a number. An ace with an ace. Just also in the long haul from Banana. Potentially could swing in there to get a peek onto Nico, the one pistol guy. Now sneaks
Have the
in.
diffuser.
Attackers recovered the bomb
There we
diffuser.
go.
That's the diffuser. And just finds the first, finds Yuki, and that was a cheeky one, but that was anticipated from me, that he really was into slow swing that. Now, pistol has nothing left. There's no C4s, no explosives. Has to play aggressive executive lounge, but Alex picks up the kill, and he picks up a quad kill here. That's a great retake here. Doesn't lose their playstyle here, but Alex finds a capability situation to get 4 kills, 3 kills from the window, 1 post plant to then win the round. That's pretty much insane. As well, we talked about chances, seeing a chancing and using those. The same matter of fact, just saw his chance on the banana stairs to push up into the banana, into the hallway. He saw the chance, he took it, and that was a great play to do because he really capitalized on getting that kill done on the mirror that potentially had a C4 left for this plan.
I think when it comes down to the side of F7, if they're able to start off the round with some sort of positive engagement, some sort of whether it be an opening frag or a decent sort of wastage of utility on the attacking side, I feel like they're able to perform so much better towards the later end of the round, and it's just a matter of whether MDF actually give them that or not.
Yes, it is, but as I said, it really depends on which team uses a chance. It depends also on which team gets the first opening kill, as I mentioned. Because from the ground stats here, when we take Clubhouse and retro perspective, F7 does not lose many rounds where they are taking the first pick, the opening pick. There's that to be said, but the same matter of fact, MDF has only lost 1 round in this matchup where they had the first pick.
I really like this angle from Matty here. Is he hears the guy go on rappel and knows that he's going to be able to get himself caught. It's just going to be holding on to the lower door as pistol guy is able to find the frag on to the Nick Heavy, and that's someone with active utility that needs to be used throughout the round that they're not going to be able to use anymore. As now we see almost a bit of an engagement between the Frost and the Ash, but the scuffle doesn't quite end up in the position that MDF might be quite hoping for a frag for themselves. It actually ends up with Matty finding the kill onto the Ash.
He finds the Ash, and the same matter of fact, we have Hachi in Janitor that gets pulled up by Verox here from the beneath from the small box office. Alex back in the windows. Potentially we have someone downstairs. There's Macy down in archives. He could be crucial to the situation of Alex at the windows, but I think Verox is clear from that. Verox is going to haunt him out. Does not get any ground, but there he gets ground on Macy. Beautiful shot there, taking out the C4 in the same matter of fact from the beneath. The only operator downstairs to prevent blind by vertical play. Eni goes further, Eni goes close, Eni goes in. Potentially now we have one situation where he can plant. But it could be a hard case. Verox puts on a triple kill here. Oh, Eni gets one pistol guy, Yuki gets Verox from the other side. But Alex picks up Yuki. Beautiful done. Beautifully done here by Alex. But Eni also quite done Quite well done. Verox here picking up a 3K in round 9. Now in the lead here.
Yeah, we are going to be seeing them go even further into this game now, and MDF have managed to get themselves a lead in order to potentially come out of this map with a win.
They have
Which is what they
capitalized
need.
on their chance. They absolutely need this one, and they are working for it. After the first round, where we really said, okay, it doesn't look like they want to work for it. They really began to pick up their footsteps, pick up their boots, and say, oh, come on, let's go. We have this. We can take this. We have the potential to do this. Now they're showing us this. They're taking the lead here after tying up a 3-3 that was an 0-3 in the beginning. Picking up and equalizing a 4-3 lead to be a 4-4, and now taking lead with 4-5. And now we really have to see where this goes. But in the potential, matter of fact, we can see F7 falling to pieces a little bit here. If MDF now takes this round number 10 and goes into a potential match point in round 11, which could be a huge play factor for F7.
Yeah. On the side of MDF right now, they are going to be really wanting this. They are going to be really wanting to secure this for themselves and, you know, bring it to that third map in order to actually come out of this series with a potential win for them. But F7 also going to be looking to try and secure these rounds and close it out here and now.
7 doesn't want the third map. That's for sure. MDF wants this third map so bad, because either way, just to call it, if MDF does win this map here on Bank, they have the same type of playstyle map as a decider done. Not saying we have a decider, but it also gives you a little bit feedback for the mentality for your head. Be confident in yourself. Because when you're one map already, after huge comeback with this type of same playstyle as the decider map, it goes your way. And it boosts you a little bit from the confidence. Now we have blue stairs taken by Hockey.
Yeah, these blue stairs just chilling out right now, waiting for somebody to try and peek the angle, and it's going to be withdrawn from the IQ as well. She now knows that he's going to be standing there, he's going to be taking those peeks and jackal pings, but realistically, do they have the gun skill to be able to win this engagement? As it's going to be Alex that's trying to take it. Aina's coming in from below. They're going to be looking for this pinch, but Alex loses his life. The Havana from behind finds the trade, but, well, you've lost your Thatcher, and you're not able to hold on to anything that you might need to hold on to. Might be looking at a very scary remainder to this round.
But in the written perspective, we have no worries about the Thatcher being taken out, because Thatcher has done his work, he has done his job with helping out in clearing those hatches. Those hatches are opened. And now we have Aini with the angle trying to play against the mirror, preventing and also getting an angle here on the shoulder. Matthew picks up the first kill.
Oh, double with the C4!
C4 puts out both in the plant edition. Matthew finishes off all. That's a great play by F7. But then equalizing it again up to a 5-on-5.
Indeed, as now we move into round 11, 5-5 for these teams, and we could be seeing an overtime here. We could also be seeing F7 close it out 7-5. We could also be seeing MDF close it out 7-5. This can literally go anywhere.
It can. But we will have to wait and see what these teams bring us, because we can say what potentially can happen, but the absolutes are only delivered by these two teams. And right off the way now, I'm just fighting for myself now. I would never ever try to say, oh, I think this will go this or this way, because it is so damnly even at the moment.
But I think we could definitely put statistics into it, because if you look at it, really, you've got this upstairs site, which has been historically pretty difficult to defend for some teams. But the thing I really want to touch on more so is the fact that, as a team, the defensive side are always going to be more restricted in a matchup like this. They've just managed to get themselves to equalise with this 5-5 scoreline. They've just won the basement site, and now they have to go to their secondary and tertiary site if they want to close out this match here and now. So I think the likelihood of F7 closing it out here and now is very slim in comparison to the other two outcomes. So I think more than likely we go to overtime, but it's still very possible that MDF close out this match.
That will be a huge takeover for MDF. Because, as we mentioned earlier, MDF hasn't delivered us maps where they say, we are bad on those maps, because they're always saying, okay, we are confident about our skills, we are confident about our IGL, choosing the right things to play, the right things to do. We are confident in each other, but in the matter of fact, from the statistics, they have not played as well on Bank as on other maps, and if they would win Bank, this could be a huge booster. The same effect Verox here puts on Mati after just gets pulled out of the game. Opening frag.
Cost though, because Verox is very low on health. Just a standoff between these two players here, as Maxi going to be hovering around in this first floor elevator corridor, just seeing if he can spot anything out for himself. And well, the poster on the far side of square is also going to be in a similar situation with Azami, and we'll have to see who decides to make the first move. The first move here probably loses, and well, it's Aina to get himself into the mix and find them a kill, and that could be very good, but also two of your remaining players are very weak.
They are very weak, and I don't think they have really improved the perspective where Maxi is coming from. Maxi is coming back from square stairs now, I think. Archie gets some damage dealt as he's trying to play aggressively from stock. Does not see, but Annie doesn't see either. But Annie does see, but Verox doesn't see. Archie kills Verox, Yuki kills Annie. The plant has been down.
Now it's left all up to Hasi in this situation to find the kills, but the man on the far side of square is the one that's going to be able to secure it for himself instead. And MDF.
Just to say it that way again, on what cost did he Verox pick out Mati there? On the cost of again having the only player that plays aggressive from below been taken out, the top frag has been taken out, the one guy that's there to prevent Square from getting breached with his charges. Just to pull that up, he was Vamai. Mati was top fragger with Vamai down in Square. He was the guy to prevent this build-up from happening, and that was, in my takeaway, was a key play to do. Now we are back with MDF in the lead. Now with match point, we are back up in the same spot. F7 does not bother to try another spot. They will have to say, okay, we have to do. Oh, we are in open area. Okay, that was not bad. The spot that they won though. They won
as I said, the most likely outcome is we go to overtime, and then I think second most likely is the MDF close out this round, this map, and we move on to map number 3. But as I said, there is still the possibility, or there was the possibility that F7 closed out the map. And I think if we go to overtime, it is definitely extremely possible for F7 to secure themselves a second map win here.
Yeah, and again we have top floor build up. We have the cute little Yuki up on top of the Masias ones. We have another one up in this CO office on the windows. We have Yuki. Well, who is the other guy up on top? That's Macy up on top in stock trading hallway at the vending machines. He gets aggressively played against by Harv.
Vertical pressure.
Needed vertical pressure though.
Yeah, like there's a lot of vertical pressure for these defenders that really, really decided to try and play off. But like you showing off the fact that she now does have nades. She's going to be making her way through some stock and trying to find some sort of opening opportunity, but it is Yuki to fall. On the windows.
And that, in a matter of fact, we now have the top floor cleaned out. We have Macy that is rotated down into the first floor. He's trying to see if he can capitalize on the chance of killing. I think it's just outside the windows. On the stairs against Harv, and he picks up Harv as well. 4 equalized. Now the ram gone, no more type of vertical play done. And now we have seen here the build up by Heichi with his Azami in chemistry is so ugly to play against. We saw Macy helping out Mati here getting a Verox. Now F7 in the lead. In advantage with one operator more on the desk. But meanwhile, also Alex started to play downwards. Annie picks up Maxi, and that's a huge kill down by the Claymore. They're free. Annie also puts out Hachi, and now we have Hachi pulled out of his castle. Out of his castle on the B side. And also Annie trips on Mati. Now it's only Nico. Nico against 2. Nico against Just and Annie. Annie goes for the plant.
5 seconds remaining.
This could be the round for MDF.
Gets the injure onto one. The other one's injured. I don't think he knows.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know. As well as the other Evil Eye is downed. Just survives that.
Early.
But now he knows he's down. And now we're going to a 6-6. We go to overtime. A huge clutch done by Nico. By the one pistol guy. After post-plant situation.
That was a 1v3, right?
That was a 1v3, yes.
Oh my god. Stressing me out, man. Woo!
That 1v3 that went so well. So well.
A beautiful little clutch, something we were so desperately missing in map number 1 in order to end the round soon, end the game sooner in favor of F7. And well, now we're going to be looking at the 6-6 situation and looking at a pretty much a decider on whether F7 are going to be able to win this in 2 maps or not. We're left with this best of 3.
Now I pretty much hope that MDF does take this round. Because after mapping, as we said on the first map, F7 worked so hard for their lead to drop up in the first half. Then getting a comeback by MDF to then capitalize on their chances in the last rounds to then win this first map. Now we have the same, matter of fact, if you ask me, from the side of MDF. They have been working so hard to come back to make this 3-3, then take the lead 3 times. Oh, 2 times. 2 times to then not capitalize on the chance. And now they are back even. We are back on nil, for instance, in the overtime. But I pretty much hope that MBF takes this so we can see a 3rd mapper. Even though that I'm terribly tired and a little bit sick. But I want to see a 3rd map.
Okay, we're both sick together. This is a sick boy cast.
But in the same matter of fact, we see again a very quick entry here by Harv. This time with the Amaru. To then clean up this top floor. scavenging out with Verox with his IQ, scavenging out these utilities. We are back in the same spot that Nico just clutched for F7. And it's going down. It's absolutely going down here.
There's a lot of engagements, a lot of scuffles going on here, there, and everywhere, and well, Matty's going to be very low on HP in the rest of this round. He's just going to keep himself safe, hold on towards the vault, just seeing if he can keep himself alive without struggling for it. But fall off from Assy, and also his teammate Maxi, just dropping off the hatch and getting themselves down into the site, keeping themselves safe, keeping up that man count in order to actually have some semblance of an advantage in the later portion of it round.
The first drops from MDF happened from the second floor into the first floor. We also have a just with the engagement from to the main stairs going down, holding an angle. 1 minute left on the clock. No real build up towards the bottom floor and the basement floor here by MDF, and then with now the first hatches going up. Matty already peeking those aggressively, even though he has 5 HP or so remaining on his health bar.
It's now Thatcher of Alex going to be making his way in through this server door, just trying to deal some damage to these players that are going to be quite aggressive. Great game going on the opposite side, though, as Passy and Maxi have managed to find one apiece after Matty's gone down but not out and Yuki has fallen. The 2 versus 3 now, as they have managed to secure that kill. Just finds another, and very low on HP, is going to have to try and do it all. Finding the remaining 2 is what he needs to do. 5 seconds left on the clock. Tries to take the swing through the rotate, but the Fenrir gadget is going to be just the detriment of his existence. And F7 go up 7-6 in the first round of this overtime.
7-6 for F7. Now we will potentially see an NDF going to the same side down on lockers and CCTV as it gets picked. And now it's all or nothing again for MDF. MDF had 2 tries with the match point. Got those not through. And now we will have to wait and see if MDF can give us an answer upon this defense from F7. Now it's more likely that F7 takes this home rather than MDF takes it to the 15th round, after my opinion. But it is possible. MDF just have to keep on concentrating. They have come back so many times. They've played this bottom floor so well in this first half, and now they have to recapitalize on the build-up once more to be in the equalizing situation for round number 15.
I think this is where it starts to get really scary for the side of MDF, and we're going to be seeing a bit more of a desperate side of them. See how those kill counts have risen over the course of their team, considering we had players in double digits on the side of F7 about 4 rounds ago, and it was still only around the 6 or 7 range for the top fragger on the side of MDF at that point.
It is, but it also shows that there are more team played values in MDF's type of way, because they're more equalized on the kills than from F7. F7 has so many, so greatly performing individual players that even though one player from F7 gets pulled out early in the game, they always have another player to adapt upon this. Do they lose their top fragger early in the round, someone else rises upon the star and picks up that role as a top fragger. Oh, halfway down in the round, we also still are in need of opening the last hatches. We need a lot of time for the attacking team to build up their attack down towards the bottom floor. But now the one pistol guy gets the first kill, gets directly refrag though.
Going to be seeing the Buck just open up on that default plant spot and get themselves ready to, you know, try and get that down, and we'll have to see what they do decide to do with it. The mirror of Alex still watching up through the hatch to see if she can find one, but almost does, as Yuki is going to be trying to flash down there and, you know, see what he can do. The drone falls on the A-side door and potentially could be a bit of a scary situation for Alex here if he isn't too careful. He'll have his cover on the hatch drop and is watching the gold hatch. Potentially, though, could see some sort of way from this attacking side in order to try and secure himself a kill, but instead it's going to be the defense on one of their own as well. If he wants to get this any further, instead goes down, and Matty's left with it all to do in this 1 versus 2 situation against these players that are performing so well. Aina finds the kill, and now we're at a 7-7 situation.
We got on a 7-7 and it was pretty well done. I just wanted to say it was such a key moment that Varrock still was up in this garage position, even though he gets picked out, but he gets 1 kill, then gets traded out for in that situation. But in a matter of fact, if the opponent team from F7 was planning on playing more aggressively from the server side, Varrock was holding such an important angle from the garage into that server, into that CCTV side, and that was type of a key situation that pulled so much time off the clock from F7's attack timer here, that they had many complications to then pull out or pull through this. Now we're 7-7, and I still don't want to make a call of which team takes the W.
See, I really think it could go either way, but I think it'd be very, very cool if F7 come out of this with a win, because obviously everyone favoured MDF coming into this matchup. But I also think that it'd be really cool to see on map 3, so we're gonna have to wait and see what
both outcomes would be really cool. The first outcome would be rewarding for F7 because they have brought every single energy type into this match as they could potentially. But in the same matter of fact, if MDF gets this round, this map, it will have been well earned. But as we have to say that type of time, I will call the first team that loses 1 player on their roster will lose this.
Exactly is now.
It really depends on the execution now. Which team gets their nose in front at first?
I think it does. I think it really comes down to who takes the first step in this round and starts to really strive to win this round completely. And at the moment, we are just seeing these attackers set themselves up in a few more sort of safer positions than what maybe used to seeing them in. But as I say that, Harv just blasts his way through that archives wall and secures himself a pick very
early. And again, we have a lot of passive positions here outside of the bomb spot. But also Matti being on that main stair well down to the basement, potentially holding the angle for just coming from lawn office and also from main lobby. Now we have 1 minute left. The 1 minute left on the clock where MDF needs to capitalize. Just with an angle, Hachi pulling out Aini. Such a great angle at Hachi.
There we see just holding a nice little long angle towards
Alex
that
getting
middle
Macy.
door as well. Alex finds the kill onto Macy. Well, the trade game comes through. Matty finds one onto Alex. Just finally finds his man onto Yuki on that long angle, and we're going to be seeing the Azami now watching these blue stairs potentially catch out Meriox here, but doesn't quite as he tries to take the rotation across between the site. It's going to be hard to find that kill instead, and the man on the upstairs is going to be ready to take the drops, but instead of dropping down, he sees the man planting the diffuser, and it's going to just take him down through it.
It's just pretty much about just not getting Mati down there. Mati gets the diffuser man down behind that table, and that way we have an ending. That's legendary. Mati fixes everything for F7 in this last situation, and so on. F7 takes this play, this map point with them into the final.
That is absolutely phenomenal for them, as you really that's insane. I didn't think he'd won until like the very end. I was so baffled by the fact that he managed to get himself past Just, who was supposed to be the man watching the cross, obviously.
I didn't see the drop from Mati
Neither did I.
From Janitor. So I was about to say it's all about just picking out Mati, because as soon as Mati drops, he will ignore Just and just go for the planting player to knock him out.
Yeah.
And the big balls game of Mati, I've spoken about Mati so many times, and also in very positive ways, because that man, give him a clutch situation, and 9 out of 10 situations he will clutch those situations for you. And he shows once time again, yeah, he has 2 opponents. He knows, if I get the diffusing man down, the other man can shoot me as much as he wants, because the round is over, because the time is out. But to know that, but then to have the balls to just drop and just say, okay, I'll just leave you standing, I'm going for the man planting, have those balls, win the round. That won't happen that often. So I'm speechless. GG Smarty. I'm just saying GG Smarty, because that round was not won by F7, it was won by Mati.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal round by him, and I mean, the man dropped what, like 16 kills if we include the injury at the end onto the planter. So that's a really nice scoreline for any player on the server. So especially one that's going to be coming in as an underdog for this game and just doing a splendid job with his team. But as we come to a close, the match is over. We'll see you next time.
We see you next time. Bye bye.